Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Let me get the music on the go. There we go. Crikey, that's louder than I thought it was going to be. I think we're good. How are we? How are we, one and all? Do hope you guys are good. Do hope you're well. Do hope you're well. At the very least, somewhere between. Still feels weird doing that over here, but it's a thing. It happens. It happens. Wait, I'm losing things. Why is stuff hidden? What in the world is up with that? That's super weird. It's fine. It's fine. I'd be lucky not hearing from the beginning. No worries. No worries, Jeremy. No worries. You're all good. You're all good. Can't tell if that's too loud or not for the music. Sounds good to me, but then again, like I say, I never know how loud it is for all of you. Hopefully it's all right. Hopefully it's all right. Let me get the Twitterverse and all that good stuff gone, because it is distracting me. You all need to leave. There we go. Right. I think we're gravy. I think we're good. Oh my god, I can't believe we just said we're gravy. That makes me feel old. Also, I know, for the lack of a better way to put it, what do you think of the lighter area environment for the tech stuff? I know you get to see how disheveled I look a little bit more now, but it also means that in theory, hopefully, hopefully. It's not going to work for a second because I forgot to swap the inputs over, but what you will be able to see is the desk a bit more clearly. So let me pop that bad boy up. Nope, wrong one. So you can see the desk a bit more without it being so weirdly lit. I mean, I can still grab this guy and plug it in first. That would be a start. Not plugged in. Yay. Not my smartest move. Give me a sec. Let me make sure that's plugged in. Because I might need it tonight. You guys might not, but I might. This is some top-notch content. There we go. My God, that's better. Although it casts a bit more of a shadow. How does it look with it off, actually? Slowly getting brighter. Slowly but surely. But either way, like I say, that to me feels a bit better. It's just brighter. You can see more. Especially considering tonight, like I say, I'm going to be doing some soldering. So, yeah, I'm going to be destroying this guy. May it rest in peace. This guy is going to get a bit of an upgrade, hopefully. If it doesn't, as I say, if I don't ruin it. I might also ruin a perfectly good cable in the process. But we'll see. It's an old C920, so I really don't mind. Plus, this cable has been a bit of a burden for me, so... I mean, hey, it could be a win-win. I could end up getting rid of two things that have just been a pain in the butt. Either way, it's all good. But, I suppose, without some context, it really does sound like I'm just going to destroy a webcam. I'm not. I want to put that out there first and foremost. What we're actually doing, what we're actually going to be doing, is we're going to be extending it essentially. Like I say, I'm not, hopefully not destroying it, because this cable is nowhere near long enough for where I want this camera to go. Because originally, wait, let me change things. 2 seconds. Let's go here. And we can just talk like this. I was going to put the little screen up, but this is fine. So like I say, this camera, this webcam is going to go bye-bye kind of with its original cable, because this is just short and a bit of a pain in the butt. And what I might do is I'm going to chop it off to a point where I can still fix it if I really break it, and I might be able to get another camera out of it again still. But like I say, this cable, I also don't want to buy an extension cable because they're intermittent and they're a bit weird and strange. And I'm just hoping that this cable, being what it is going to be good enough for me to be able to run my camera all the way up to the corner of the room, so I can finally have my proper getting ready screen, my new getting ready screen that I wanted. Originally, this guy, this little camera, this one, the one that you guys are looking at right now, this guy, you there, that one was going to be the camera that was going to go up there. But I feel like it's probably just going to be more of an inconvenience to try and figure out how to get it to work, because for some reason it refuses to work on this extension cable. And I don't know why. It just doesn't like working. Especially, it seems to be on this PC. Because I tried it on another PC and it just seems to be adamant that it doesn't want to work. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why. If anyone out there has any logic as to why it might be a thing, please do share, because I certainly don't know. But I say it's something that I mean, honestly, I just partially as well, I thought this could be a bit of fun. Above anything else as well, I just kind of wanted to do some soldering and stuff on stream, because why not? Which doesn't seem like a good enough reason to potentially break something, but it kind of is in my mind. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And like I said, I can show you some other stuff, because there was an update on... The heck was that? I know what it was. There has been some updates on CNCing the little SODIMM memory slots. Did it? I machined the first one to actually have an aluminium one. It looks a bit weird because I got the pathing a bit wrong on it, but it's my first time machining aluminium, so it's a learning curve. And I'm currently 3D printing. I don't know if it's finished or not. I can hear my 3D printer doing something weird. I was reprinting the top to try and put it together tonight and see what it looked like. And maybe look at some LED strips as well to go in there and try and see what they would look like if if I can get them in and get it working. I don't think I can because of the strange header that the LEDs have that I have. I'll find a way of working it out. That'll be all right. Be all right. Be okay. Twill be all right. Twill be all right. I'm sure. I also still don't know how I feel about because it still feels weird doing these over here every Tuesday now, which is fine. Like I say, it's good. I want to do them here, but it also just doesn't feel right that I'm not on Twitch. And I know that sounds daft. It might not to some of you guys, but to me it just feels weird. It feels like I'm betraying Twitch, or like I know notifications might not go out the same way for here that it would on Twitch because of just the way things are. Because a lot of you guys don't necessarily even know that I have a YouTube channel until now, because I kept it very quiet. Don't really know why, but I did. But as I say, it is what it is, and what it will be is what it will be. Oh, I think I broke something. I refreshed the page. I'm also still very much getting used to the layout of the YouTube studio because it's weird. Apparently I have excellent connection though. I'll take that as a win. Ooh. Custom emojis. Sorry, I'm playing. I'll stop. I need to be good. Is there anything else we can talk about on the stream today? I don't know, because like I say, all of these, because usually it would only be talking for like half an hour on the gaming side of things, at least anyway. And then after that, it's just a case of playing games and doing stuff. But obviously this whole stream is chatting, so I mean, they are what they are. But I mean, also guys, the one thing I need to get into the hang of saying, because I'm not doing it and I'm aware I'm not doing it, is if you guys haven't already, if you could chuck a cheeky like on the stream, it would help out massively and hopefully help try and push stuff out to everyone. Like I say, we are a small channel. We are but a tiny speck on the YouTube algorithm. But hopefully we'll get somewhere. You never know. You never know. And I might look back on me saying that with cringe, but hopefully not. Because, well, but yeah, I think. Oh, one thing I can show you. Actually, you know what? We'll start with this before we jump into the main topic at hand. I'll show you the comparisons between the different SODIM modules and stuff and things. I know you can hear bags rustling around. I also didn't realize I accidentally kind of did some stylistic options from this as well. But this guy right here, this guy, is my camera going to focus? Come on. This guy is one of the actual proper, I say official, it's not really an official, but it's a SODIM heatsink module that I bought from AliExpress, I think. It's supposedly pure copper, and I'm entitled to believe it because it is quite nice and shiny. And it looks like it's very much just been water jet cut because it's very thin copper and it has the heat strip on the back of it. Now, the thing is, compare that. Look how thin that is, right? That is thin. That is puny compared to the Chungus. The chunky boy that is the one that I machined. And for scale, here we go. Size-wise. You can see it's already taller, but it will be because of the RGB side of things. But also, look how much thicker it is. Look at it. I mean, if I put that on the bottom, you can't even see the copper. It just disappears. Disappears under the chunk of the aluminium. It's like 2 to 3 times thicker. But then again, copper is much more expensive. So I kind of get it on that side of things, especially like I say, considering it came from AliExpress. I wasn't really expecting big things. The only thing I was disappointed with them as though is it said it came with a set of 2. I assumed that meant 2 modules worth for what I paid for them, but it was just 1. It was a set of 2. Fair enough, it was a set of 2, but I thought it was like 4, if that makes sense. Like a set of 2 modules worth. I'm aware that's me making the dum-dum, but still. I made an assumption and I did wrong. hopefully I will be able to check the 3D printer in a moment, and we should be good to get some stuff on the go with it. Let's try putting it on, well, this on there at least, because I need to wash it and stuff as well, which might be tricky to do and talk to you guys on stream unless I shout because of the way this microphone is. So that might be something I have to do as like a brief intermission or something at some point. But we'll figure something out. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good, as they say. The only thing that I'm slightly concerned about that I've just realized was a thing is in the process of moving, I appear to have taken my helping hands apart for soldering. And I've unscrewed the magnifying glass bit, which I don't actually need. I have a magnifying glass. Holy crap. But it's no longer attached anymore. I don't have it on my helping hands, which I'm 100% going to need tonight. Although, where's my sponge? Or is that my sponge? That is my sponge. Okay, I've got a sponge. I don't know where my soldering iron is. I thought I got it out. Did I get everything out but the soldering iron? I literally spent like last night and this morning like running around. I was like, right, I need to get everything, make sure it's all here, because I wasn't entirely sure where. Yeah, I'll be honest, when 90% or so of it was, I wasn't really that sure where things were. So I just kind of left it until then to try and look for things. But then, like I say, I tried to find everything and get it all out. I'm sure I got my soldering iron out. Like 90% sure I got it out. What on earth have I done? There we go. Cool. Right, that did its thing. Honestly, where has it gone? I'm sure I got it out. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening with this. I can't lie. I was going to say I'm not usually this unorganized. I am. I 100% am. It's fine. It is what it is most of the time, but most of the time it's not necessarily when I'm on stream, and I can get away with it because it's usually gaming related and I can just let it do. I'm genuinely so confused that I honestly don't know what I've done with it. Found it. It was on top of a cupboard for some reason, underneath a thing. Because why wouldn't it be? I don't know what goes on in my own head half the time. It's a strange place, right? It's lots of like I know I use the meme a lot, like, and I use the reference a lot, but like genuinely just simple banging monkeys like half the time. If I'm not thinking of something funky, then it's just that. Like on repeat. When I say funky, that sounds weird. I mean like ideas for builds and stuff at work. It's a less suspicious way of saying it, I suppose. Maybe. I also wouldn't recommend trying to wet a solder sponge the way I'm about to do it, because I have my glass of water. I'm going to pour it on. Sink normally. Much better idea, but this is all I got. So unless I run downstairs, but that'll take ages. Let's see how well this idea has worked. Not very. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's not absorbing. Well, I say it's not. It is. Just not where I want it to. Soak it up, damn it. Also doesn't help that the middle of the sponge is like charred to bits. From regular use, it's just been burnt. I should really get a new one. Or I should get the better version of this and get like a scoury, like paddy one. But that involves buying something. And when you can make, and you can make do, why not? Also means you get to see my delightfully naff soldering iron. I have a better one at work, I promise. But this is all I got for here. And it works. Now, I need to choose what to unplug. The switch, I feel like, is the best sacrificial thing because I don't need my switch right now. Yeah, be right. Be right. 2 seconds. Be right back. Burb. Why was that so difficult? Everything today is a challenge. And it shouldn't be. I don't like. Guys, help. Send reinforcements, send backup. Just send all the things. All the stuff that's going to be beneficial for me right now. Because I need it. I just need it. Not for anything other than the fact that I'm being a numpty, being an idiot, and a derp. But still, let's get this bad boy heating up. I'm going to use the cheap crappy solder that I have first, and if that doesn't work, then we'll move on to the good stuff. It should be fine. It's got, I think it's got, yeah, it has got flux in it, cool. It's got flux, cool. And again, like I say, guys, as is the running theme with every single one of these Tech Tuesday sessions, if you have any questions and you're watching live, of course, ask away. But if you also are watching the VOD, or you see on Twitter or any of those other places, do feel free to ask. Just ask questions. There is no such thing as a dumb question. I stand very strongly on that hill that there is no such thing as a dumb question. And you can try me, and I will tell you that there's no such thing as a dumb question. Because believe you me, after working in university for a while, you hear some questions. You hear some serious questions that are interesting. Not dumb, but interesting. Again, not dumb. There is no such thing as a dumb question. Right, we're on 25 minutes past. I reckon we start sacrificing the C920 to the gods of everything and see if this works. Is it? I'm sure it's the C920 because I have two. This was the first one I found. I can't remember if this is the new or the old one because I've always had two. Well, not always. For a very long time, I've had two of these. I had one first when I started streaming all those years ago. And then I bought another one. I don't remember why I bought another one. I think I just bought another one to have a different camera angle that I never used. Why did I buy a... Oh, no, for a top-down shot. Yeah, for top-down stuff. That's why I got it. Which is now what this guy does. This guy right here. You, for the moment. You do the top-down. Yeah, this guy was I think this one was my very first stream camera that I ever bought. Like I say, I'm digressing. The main, like I say, there's two that I have. I don't know which is which. They look basically identical, but the fact that one of them is slightly newer, I think it has different branding on it slightly. I think this is after saying this is the first camera I had, I think this is actually the newer one of the two. Because of the way the Logi is written on it. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. But yeah, this will make a good camera because it doesn't have to be. The reason why I'm using this is because basically, like I say, the shot that's going to be used for is going to go way up in the corner of my room, and it's going to be like a top down, like across the entire room shot that you can see. And it's going to be my new getting ready screen starting soon kind of scene. That's going to be on for that, and it's just going to have this camera looking down upon the room with like a nice kind of fuzz overlay with just a few features on there, like say like the chat windows, all that kind of stuff, music playing, all that fun jazz. I just want to have just a nice chilled out screen that I can. The thing is, like, as much as I like having the one I have now, which is the one you guys will see at the beginning of this video, or you saw at the beginning of the stream, it is there for the purpose of it has a countdown, and the fact that I like that it has a countdown, the fact that sometimes it makes me do stuff quickly, but I also dislike that because I sometimes as soon as I hit start, I feel like I have to get everything done in those first few minutes, and then sometimes I just don't because I feel too much pressure. Whereas if we've got one that I can kind of run for a little bit and just chill and keep going with some lo-fi in the background and whatnot, I'm fine with that, because then I can just have it there, and if I need to run off and go do something quickly, it's not the end of the world, and I don't have to rush back and have to be ready for that exact, I think it's like 3 and a bit minutes. So I don't have to be ready for that time. So fingers crossed this should make a few quality of life upgrades for the stream and for me. Plus you guys get to see the whole room. You can see how messy it is. Like I say, there is literally a t-shirt and socks on the radiator by me right now drying, which let's move that. Let's get that out of the way. Because I am a professional. Right, the soldering iron looks surprisingly hot, actually. What the heck? It's not quite glowing. But it is very hot. Like I said, before we get into that, what I actually need to do is I need to dissect this boy. I'm gonna try and do it. Like I say, I'm doing it in a way where it can be repaired if I really do some serious damage to it and mess it up. But this kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie. That upsets me to do. Now the thing is, I'm really hoping spare USB cable for something in the future, maybe. That's not what I'm hoping. What I'm hoping somewhere in here is going to be just 4 wires, and it looks like there is just 4 wires, which is thankfully a good thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with using these as actual wire strippers. I have got some better ones than this. Let's see if this works. No, it will not. Right, okay. I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Peel that off. Reveal the goodness inside. That's not the wires, that is just a protective outer coating. Or a bit of outer shielding, rather. It's usually how you know it's a higher quality wire, which is a good thing. To reveal the 4 inside, which there is. Good, there is only 4 wires. That's what I was hoping for. There you go, you can kind of see them. This camera's not focused very well for it. You can kind of see them there is 4. And what I should have done, I was going to do this in advance, but what I actually also thought I would do is do this live. Just to show you that it's not as difficult as you might think to do something like this with just a little bit of Google know-how. Because I don't know what cable route each of those 4 wires are. I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to make a good general guess that black and red are ground and power, like ground and positive power, which because they normally are. Excuse me. But then I don't entirely know what green and white are. They're obviously signal of some kind. Outside of that, I have literally no clue. So we'll find out together. And the only thing I need to do as well is I need to have a cheeky Google, like I say, and find out what the cable layouts are. Because like I say, even though this is a camera, it's a USB camera. So the actual device ID and everything itself, well, like the cable routing and everything, should be no different to anything else you buy out there. The only thing that I realized that could be a thing is there might be something in this that changes it, but there shouldn't be. So we'll find out. I know that camera works, by the way. I've tested it before. The only thing that might then ruin things is this cable, because this is quite a chunky cable. It's quite a well shielded cable. So that might cause some problems, but we'll find out. My god, my soldering iron is very hot. I can feel the heat coming off it. I don't want to ruin the shielding, because this has shielding around two of the cables, which are obviously the signal cables. I'm just going to see if this one has it as well in here. I'm going to open this guy up. And again, I'm going down a reasonable way, just in case. Wow, holy crap. This has only got 4 wires, but they are considerably chunkier. Oh my good god. You will see exactly what I mean in a moment. I can get this off. So, what I might actually not have to bother looking up at what the cable colors are, because they're all there. They're all the same color, which I did anticipate, but I was kind of hoping would just be a thing generally. So I'm fine with that. I can literally just match them up, which saves me a lot of hassle, I'll be honest. But yeah, saves me a lot of hassle. A lot of hassle. You know what I might also do as well, as nice as this music is I might swap it up for some lo-fi, something a bit more slow and low and lazy for this time of the evening. Let's get some lo-fi on. Let's do that. YouTube friendly. I would put Lo-Fi Girl on, but apparently Lo-Fi Girl is not YouTube safe, which surprised me, because I listen to all my music at the moment through Pretzel. Or what we could do if he's here, he will love me for saying this, but I might do it soon. I have promised I will do it, but I was only going to promise initially to do it when it was on Pretzel Rocks. I might finally start listening to StreamSite. Again, don't dob me in for those of you that are here that could tell him, alright? If you've not heard of StreamSite, it is made and cared for and looked after by a good friend of mine. Who, as much as we rag on each other, we would say still has the pleasure of knowing each other for many years now at this point. Can I get this thing to focus a bit more sharply? No. About as good as we're going to get it. It's about as good as we're going to get it. It is a-okay though. Right. I need to start stripping these wires, I guess. Good thing about these is it's got these little like alien jaw things on it, little grippy mouths that can strip cables for you. It's not the best. Like I say, I have got a proper cable stripping thing somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It's all, like I say, it's all been lost in the move. I still am finding tools all over the place. I've owned this thing. This was like I made the intention of going out and buying this to make my life easier, and I've barely used it because I lost it. This thing is an awesome little electric screwdriver. Little tiny one that has lots of like different stuff for building PCs and stuff on it. I've had this thing for ages. And it just disappeared one day. I couldn't find it. And then I just opened a drawer and there it was. So I must have put it there at some point. I'm damned if I could tell you when. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone else just like chuck stuff and then just like forget about it? And why not chuck it? You put it somewhere. Like I do this whole thing where I put it somewhere safe. Like safe. Where I'll remember where it is. And I'll be like, yeah, this is somewhere I'll obviously go again. I'll always remember it's there. And then flash forward to like a month later. I'm sat there just like, what the hell did I do with that thing again? Like really racking my brains trying to find it, not a clue where it's gone. Because I do that almost weekly. This has got some chunky power cables on it, which I am all about. I am all about the chonk. If you can't have a bit of chonk, when can you? A bit of cable chonk. I need to clarify that. Cable chonk. We also need these guys. These little heat shrink tubes. I'm going to put them on in advance as well. One thing I always forget is heat shrink. And the amount of times I have not put heat shrink on something and then soldered the whole thing just for it to be then not shielded or not protected or anything. Kind of nuts. We're going for a big boy on there. And then a few little ends to go around everything else. The little individual cables. This should be more than enough if I divide those two in half. Hopefully. Should be more than enough. More than enough. I got this big chungus one. Just because I thought I might need it, but I don't think I'm going to, be honest. It'll be fine. In terms of doing this, there's a few different ways of doing it. You could pre-tin each side, solder them together and do it that way. But what I'm going to do is the way I see so many people do it, and I've been reluctant to adopt it, but I'm going to try it. And that is to get these bad boys in their corresponding pairs. Give them a little twisty twist and get them all matched up. I might have to focus for a second, do this, because they're fiddly little wires. Also could probably stand for stripping a little bit more off each one. Especially the chunky ones. I'll do that actually. Make life a bit easier for myself. You know what, come to think of it, I don't think that's going to be too long for what I want to do. So I think that might even be enough. For the little ones. Because it's going to have to nestle over like that. Oh my god, even that's too long. Trim time. Gotta trim it down. Trim its toenails, guys. This does feel a little bit like it. When you're using side cutters like this, it does sometimes genuinely feel like you're trimming toenails or something. It's horrible. Especially the noise they make. It has a very distinctive noise. It's very much like you're cutting like toenails, or like more like cat's claws, like cats or dogs' claws. If you've ever done that, if you're a cat or a dog owner, you will know that sound. It's a very distinctive like crunch click noise. Not pleasant. Right. Come on. best way of doing this. I might actually just do exactly the opposite of what I said I was going to do. And actually solder them straight up as they are. Being very careful not to like accidentally like solder together or like burn anything on my table, because if I accidentally burn my keyboard, like melt a hole in it, I will be devastated, because that keyboard took me quite a while to not only accumulate the bits for it, but also just to like put it together and build, because it's a custom build. It is a fully custom keyboard. I say it's unfortunate you can't see a great deal of what I'm doing underneath the soldering iron. But I'll do my best to show it off a wee bit. Not necessarily practicing the best soldering stuff here, because you should be doing this in a well ventilated area. I've got my window open. About all I can do. Yeah, bear with me on that front. I'm also using the wrong bit really to do this kind of soldering, but hey, it is what it is, and what it is a bit of jank camera adjusting anyway, so it's fine, right? I say further down the line, depending on how well obviously everything goes, I have got a lot more crazy ideas than just modifying a camera a wee bit and that kind of stuff. Like I say, depending on interest on how everything goes on these streams, we will eventually start doing some of those crazy ideas and get into a bit more of the mad sciencey approach. As I say, I have already started a couple of ideas off stream. I'm going to continue on these Tech Tuesday sessions. God, I'm making a mess of this. If anyone out there is an electronics person and they're looking at how I'm soldering in shame, that's perfectly fine. I accept all of the harsh remarks that should be coming my way. That is not a good solder. It's a bit of a mess. And my heat shrink melted. Unsurprisingly from the heat. So I need to be a bit more careful, because I'm going to mess things up otherwise. What I can at the very least do is pre-tin all these. Little cabley dudes. It should still give a decent enough connection for what I want it to do. If it really doesn't, I'll just take it apart and redo it, because I'll be testing it now on this stream as well. Come on. And don't play games with me. Just tin, damn you. There we go. One side kinda done. Kinda done. One thing I can get away with is if one of these cables is not covered, that's not the end of the world, because the rest, as long as the rest of them have got the heat shrink around them, it should honestly be fine. Obviously, ideally they should all be covered, but I'm not going to get hung up on it. This is also making me feel like I need to get my glasses redone. I keep getting emails about it. They're like, yeah, your glasses are due to be done, sorted. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. Looking at this now, like trying to see these tiny, tiny little wires. Starting to think they might be right. I might need an update on my glasses. Two seconds, guys. Apologies about that, guys. Apologies. So, Jeremy, I know you said you had a match going, but how is that said game? Or are you still playing? I'm imagining you're still on the go. If so, you better win. You better win. Yeah. What is with these bots coming in? I do not understand it, but it needs to leave. It needs to stop. Go away. Am I gonna have enough space to put these around? I have to do them one at a time. I think that's not a bad shout anyway, actually, because then I can definitely see that I'm joining the right two cables. Oh my god, you're kidding me. It happened again. Happened again. Right, put the little sock over it. Right, what I also need is I might actually have to... do I have that up here? You know what, I actually don't. What I will quickly do is I might offer a brief intermission. I'm going to have to run and grab a lighter real quick to melt the heat shrinks. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I will promise I will not be that long. I will be right back. Alright, apologies about that, guys. A lighter required. I can quickly melt that heat shrink. It looks quite chonky around there, but it'll be right. It will be fine. It will be fine, I'm sure. Also very aware that I'm enjoying using the word chonk today. A lot more than I usually would. Don't know what or if or what that says anything about me. But I'm enjoying it. That was the second to last one. Come on. I did it a bit jankily so the heat shrink isn't going over it. And trim it. Secrets, if you add enough extra, you can always cut it off. Like that. Where's my lighter? Got a little bit of heat shrink. Then the last one. Before we see if I've made a horrible mistake. And I have in fact ruined a perfectly good camera. And a perfectly good extension cable. Come on. This one is being decidedly more awkward. I feel like because it can be. Because it knows it's the last one. It's making it a job's worth. And that is a horrible solder joint. Again, anyone watching this that is an expert at this, please look away, because this is shocking work. And the same thing happened with the heat shrink, but I'm forcing it over. So for better or worse, it is there. Oh, good lord. Right. Let's seal that away so it should never theoretically have to see the light of day again, hopefully. And we can check to see how well this has worked. If at all. And then, like I say, we'll find out which of the title statements is true. We destroyed a perfectly good camera, or we made an extension cable. I don't know which it's going to be just yet. Let's plug her in. Let's see what we get. Let's see what happens. Forgive me, I'm going to have to lean in front of the camera for a sec. Well, that's a good start. It recognized it. I don't know if you guys heard that. But it did the acknowledgement bleep bloop. The old USB interface connectivity thing. Why does that look so mangled and gangly? Well, either way, let's have a look. Let's see what we get. Let's add it in. Let's add it in as an item into this scene. What do we want? Camera. That's not a good start. It works. Yeah, it works. There we go. Look at that. That is it running off that jank cable job. Look at it. In all its glory. It works. There we go. Hell yeah. Right. It's a thing. It doesn't capture audio, which is good, but it works. Look at that. It's amazing what you can do. I don't know what this view is all about. I don't know. It's just throw me up there for a second. But like I say, that I'm glad it does work. And I would show you what the rest of the room of the view is going to look like, but I feel like that's a bad idea right now because it's a bit of a mess. And like I say, it sounds dumb, but part of the other reason why I wanted to, it's really putting me off having an extra me on the screen than normal. Yeah, part of the reason why obviously I want to do this is because it's going to add lots of extra stuff to the stream and all that goodness. The other thing it will do is will also make me be a bit tidier in this room generally because of the fact that everything is on show and I can't hide any of it to you. But I'm actually genuinely really chuffed that works though. It works just fine. I turned it off for the time being. It didn't just randomly disconnect. It's still there. Look. Hi. It is still there. So there you go. Proof of the pudding, guys. It works. And it's still on. It's still showing its little light. Look. Look at that. How cute. Shall we see if the SODIMM thing has worked? I haven't checked. Oh, wait. I can show you. Oh, I can show you with this camera. Let me move it down. Oh man, part of me feels like I need to do this to another camera now, so it's you get to see my horrible mess of an overlay system that's going on down here. Right, there you go. So you're going to come on a journey with me. You're literally coming on a live journey. Are you ready? Are you ready? Also, I can't help but think like this camera is still, for what it is, considering it is a not cheap but like very reasonably priced webcam. The picture on it is not bad for what it is. It's not bad, right? Either way, I'm digressing. I'm digressing. Like, let me do that for a sec so you can't fully see how messy the room is. But you're gonna get to see the insides of the 3D printer. And all that goodness. And you will see with me if it's failed or not. Which could be a great idea. It could be horrible because it might have just made a right mess in there and it could be chaos. But let's have a look. I'm gonna have to take those off. You're not gonna be able to hear me for a second, but you'll see whether it has failed or not. Let's go take a peek. It worked. It's fine. I'll grab it. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. And I'm also going to get rid of the, the Logicam so you don't see that. In fact, let's go to this one and not have that on there. Let's go with you instead for a sec. I will be right back while I get that out and chuck it in and explain the process. This stream truly is the inner workings of my mind throughout most of my working day. You guys are experiencing my generally chaotic workflow that somehow seems to work. So yes, I know I have a big thing of toilet roll. Well, not toilet roll, kitchen roll. But for those of you that have never seen how a resin 3D printer works, here's your chance. Kind of. So, like, this bed is usually hung upside down. It's what the 3D printer prints to. And that print that's on it right now is the top of the RGB SODIMM module that we designed a few streams ago. That was actually on Twitch. So if you missed that over there, unfortunately, you won't be able to see the VOD of it here. But it is still there for you to watch if you would like to see that process. I'm pretty sure we did that on Twitch. But the reason why I have all this kitchen towel and I'm wiping everything off is because there's always a lot of excess resin all over it. It gets rather messy and gross, and you don't really want resin everywhere because, well, because it's resin. It's just generally not particularly nice stuff in its liquid form, although it does happen to print rather wonderfully and make cool stuff like that. It doesn't really work too well on your skin. Forgot me important tool. I forgot my spatula. This friend just surprised it off. Because it is quite well on there usually. It does stick fairly well. There we go. We should be golden. Give it a bit of clean. Give it a bit of a clean. And I'm going to need to clean myself after this, I think, because I've got resin everywhere as well. Damn it, the very thing I was trying to avoid. I've got resiny fingers. It's fine. I'll explain what that is as well in a minute. You can't really see it, but that tub. It's just randomly sat there off to the side. All shall be revealed, I promise. In fact, it shall be revealed now, actually, right this second. Let me put... I'm going to put the print bed off to the side. Put it down there out of sight, out of mind for a wee bit. Give this generally a bit of a clean with a bit of tissue. But what this is my wonderful hack that I found people doing online. This is a tub of isopropyl alcohol, which is like 99.9% alcohol or something crazy. If you drank it, it would certainly do you an injustice. To the point where you wouldn't be alive too much longer. But it's a thing, and it's great for washing resin and stuff because it like dissolves it all off it that's not been hardened and gets rid of it. So I use it a bit like a cocktail shaker. Chuck it in, mix it all around. And it should get any like loose excess resin off like the surface of it because you don't want any of that crap on there that's not cured. We should be golden, almost. Give it a bit more of a swirl. What I like about this is why I found this as a hack online. This is literally just like, I don't know what it is necessarily. It's a cheap Tupperware brand. I don't know what the hell it is. But like the best thing about this thing, right? And this is so pathetic. Like I'm aware this is nerdy and sad that I get excited by things like this. It has this little basket in it. And because it's designed for like fruit or whatever, it has a little clip. So you can sit it on the side. And then just drain the print in it. So you get like some of the isopropyl off it. Obviously isopropyl is a skin irritant. And it will make you a bit itchy and dry and not very happy. Like the skin at least anyway. I suppose by that logic it would then make you rather unhappy. If your skin's not very happy. And I swear I've kind of built an intolerance, like an immunity to it. Skin wise anyway. Because I've like not bathed in it literally. But like had it all over my hands many a time from my previous jobs and stuff. So it's kind of par for the course to me at this point. All this kind of black stuff all over it is previous prints in black resin, which not really ideal when I want this to be perfectly clear, but you're right, it's fine. It's all good. Got to be careful not to mark it at this point because it's delicate. Oh, that's something I'm gonna have to be mindful of actually. It is hollow. There's like a chamber in this that the LEDs need to sit in that is full of resin, which is not ideal. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. You can't really see it on that one. I move to this one. So can you see like here where it's like a different color to the rest of it? It should be like that all the way along because it's full of resin. There's like a reservoir in there that's holding resin and I don't want that. Do you know what solder might actually work for this? I need a pokey. I need a pokey. Just something to just don't take this out of context, but I need something just to shove in there and get it out. I'm aware some of you might take that out of context. If you do, it's understandable. It's perfectly understandable. I would do the same. Usually when you do these resin prints, like the software will have a thing that like warns you about doing this kind of thing because you get like resin pockets and it's bad. But my software is not that advanced. This is like the 3D printer I use for this is a very budget-minded 3D printer for resin anyway. So it's not crazy advanced and doesn't have lots of the fun features that the ones that are several thousands of pounds have, like warning you about this kind of stuff. I know it sounds weird. All I'm doing right now is literally just shoving that bit of solder in the end just to try and dislodge any of that resin. And it is working. You can see the tube. The tube. Getting there. It's getting there. Come on. We're so close. Yet so far. It's not that far. Not entirely sure how to get this out, truth be told. Because it's being rather reluctant. And I've not encountered this severely anyway. Hey Jeremy, how's it going, dude? How are we? That must have been a hecking game. Did you win? Did you at least win? Tell me you won. Tell me you won. That'll make me feel better. Did a few more? Wow. I see. Coming in here and modding is not important anymore. Wow. It's all good, I get it. I'm joking, by the way, I'm joking. I hope you're aware of that. I am very much joking. Oh wait, you were playing Apex. Right, fair enough. No, I assumed you were playing CS:GO. Fair enough. No, I need like a little soft squeegee thing to get this out. It is not having it, like one bit. I just need to get like a whack ton of isopropyl alcohol and get it in there and just like really, really go for it. Or force it out that way. That also works fairly well, it would seem. What if I can get a tiny bit of paper and get it longer? Wait, no confirmation. There might be some news. Ooh. What kind of information is this? Tournament stuff? If so, hopefully good. I potentially have some news. Can't talk about it yet, sadly. Okay. That's fine. I get it. I get it. Top secrets. We all have top secrets. We all have top secrets. This is working. Made a loo roll bung. Well, kitchen roll bung. The only thing I'll be disappointed in, Jeremy, is if you're re-entering tournaments again and you're not telling me about it. I'll be disappointed because I want to know. I want to know. I want the insider scoop. The only reason I don't tell you stuff about Fierce is because I'm bound to by contracts. Unless, of course, you're bound by a contract not to say anything, in which case, fair enough. Contracts, I understand. Even at the end, I don't think it is, but... Ew. Ew. Well, it worked. Maybe a little too well. Either way, they do. Like I say, this is the first time we've spoke on stream this week. How has your week been, bar playing some games of Apex and the stuffs and the things? How has work been? What have thou been up to? Sorry guys, what I'm doing right now is not the most interesting. That's the reason why I've not got it on camera. I've just been trying to clean this thing out. Like all this time, basically, I've just been cleaning it. And it's worked. Like mostly. It's not really contract, but still not let's talk about it. No, that's fine. I know, dude. I know. I am only messing. I promise. Like, I'm not seriously. Like, I'm not seriously trying to dig for information. If I get it, you're all good. You are all good, my friend. You're all good. Quite good. So the new project delayed again. We only had about 10 minutes meeting. Now it continues next week. Oh god, okay. Well, I mean, I guess it's still going ahead, which is good news, right? That's still got to be a positive. That's so resiny and gunky. Right, let's put this in the Cura, and then I can talk to you guys for for a couple of minutes about it, and then we can get it ready to rock and roll. Also, Jeremy, we did not destroy the camera. The web camera works. Look. Are you ready? Not this one. That's the one that you guys know about already. Look, it works. Look, it has a janky ass cable like notch on it. But do you want to see yourselves? Where is it? Dupe. Look. That's how I see you. I look through there. Cam reception. And there you guys are. But it works. Oh, nope. There we go. Ooh, there we go. So that's a thing. But I need to do this. So I'll be 2 seconds. Again, mildly chaotic work brain. Going a million miles a second. We can Blue Peter style it and say, look, here's some stuff I made earlier. Basically, these are some little cable tie things that I did. Is the top cam shaky? Or this one? Do you mean this one? This guy. If you mean this one, it's because it's attached to my desk, and if I move and wobble the desk around, it tends to move the whole thing. Yeah, I 3D printed these as well. It's like the most uninteresting thing, but it's a cable tie. The top down was shaking. Oh, okay. I don't know. It looks all right. Might have just been wobbling. Don't really know. Could have been. Could have been a multitude of things. Could have been many a different option. One cool thing as well, actually, I can show you guys on the camera. On this camera. Let's go back to that, actually. Let's go to this. What I will show you. Like one of the things with this clear resin, when it comes under UV light, like it like glows like bright, like fluorescent, almost like a white blue color. It looks kind of cool. Do you want to see it? Like I'll show it to you underneath, like in the hood at the moment, because you can see it through my little extraction, or not extraction, my little curing thing again, because it's like a little cheap thingy one. It's quite cool that you can actually see it. You can't usually in the kind of weirdly in the more expensive ones you can't see it. Are you ready? Okay, you can't really see it. Scrap that. Doesn't really show up as well as I hoped it would. It's fine though. If that being the case, though, I am going to stop it because I specifically ran it again to show you, and it's already cured enough. Because what you get is you get a horrible bit of yellowing on this. It looks kind of gross. Can look kind of gross. But yeah, Jeremy, like I say, you didn't see the bit at the beginning, did you? Look, I machined the first aluminium piece to try and test fit the cover and everything. So we're going to try it now on stream, live, right this very moment. Just got to do some cleanup. Get all the extra supports and crap off it that we don't need. So work allowed me to do it? Yeah, I just kind of asked. Like there was nothing that needed to be on the machine. And I was like, I'm using all my own tooling, so if anything breaks, it's my own cost. And like, I mean, there was no reason why they would say no, because like I say, it wasn't needed. And like nothing was going to go wrong anyway. Like the only thing that could have gone wrong was I broke a tool. Like I say, because I was using my own tools, like the work isn't going to lose any money. You know, so like as far as they were concerned, like as long as it wasn't going to take away from work time, which it didn't because I was doing other stuff in the background, like it was fine. So it's not particularly cleaned off, but meh. It will do. I'm keeping a little rubbish pile in the corner, don't judge me. But yeah, so top bit, aluminium bit, let's see if they fit together. Oh my god, it's a snug fit. One side's in. Oh my god, I think it's too snug a fit. Uh-oh. Power costs. Yeah, true. I guess you could think of that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost a huge amount to run the mill for a little bit. Oh my god, it's not going to fit. It's too snug. Uh-oh. It's too snug. Only one side will fit in at a time. I say theoretically, it should fit. Well, I could just give it a whack. It should be fine, but I kind of don't want to. Because I do actually have a hammer. I also don't want to hit it too hard because I don't want to annoy my neighbors because it's not late, but the walls are also not too thick here. One side's in. So one side always goes in. Just the other side refuses to when one's gone in. Which is annoying. If it fit, it would be perfect. It'd be beautiful. Wait. Oh my god, I got it. Kinda. Come on, you pain in the bum. I don't want to break it, and I don't want to break my hand. Because it's sharp. But it's kind of on there, though, look. It's kind of on there. Yeah. Oh no. Damn it, I really pushed on one side and it popped the other side out. I even allowed a bit for this in the design. I was just like, yeah, it'll be fine. It might be a bit too big. But if I allow for it, it should be fine. I genuinely allowed like a good, decent bit of it. Just missing the LEDs in the RAM. Look, it's progress, all right? And technically, I have the LEDs right here, so shush. Which that is one thing we can check. Let's do that. Let's clear the chaotic workspace. A little bit. You're going to see something. I don't know what it's going to show. That's the top of the hat in the cupboard. There you go. So say this is all good, right? It fits. Like it's good. No judgment because it doesn't quite fit. All right. Let me get our LED strip. Which it still blows my mind how small these things are, by the way. Like, look how tiny that is. Like, that's it on the keyboard. Like, it's about the size of a letter on a keyboard. These LEDs. They are tiny. Tiny, tiny little things. But it will go in this side, hopefully. Which it does, it's going in. Getting a bit snug because of the resin at the end. But it's in. So look, it's almost a thing. It is almost a thing. And it will fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LEDs. Maybe a few more, actually. Although the only thing I spoke to someone, like, I was speaking to someone at work about this, and they were like, yeah, just the only downside is it means you have, like, a random cable jutting out. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I can't really do anything about that. Let's cut this now. This I need to figure out what I can do with this, because at the moment, technically, this is waste. Which is really triggering. For me, anyway. But like that is essentially almost the entire thing. Come on. Go in your pain. Right, fine. It's not going to cooperate because it's got... There we go. See? Look. And then there's the cable coming out. So the only downside to it is the fact that the cable is sticking out massively. But there isn't a great deal I can do about that. Currently, anyway. Because there is no way I am figuring out how to resolder SODIMM RAM modules to allow a 5-volt LED to run off it. Because you saw how janky the soldering was for the first bit of this. Let alone the second bit. Like if I was to try and do like an actual PCB, which I can do. I just don't trust myself right now enough to try and do a whole RAM module type thing, if that makes sense. It's on. Come on, stay in. I mean, for better or worse, that is like almost it. Not bad. I also don't know why the music has stopped. There we go. It's not bad. Just got to try it where... Like, what exactly? I mean, you say it's not like I will be, but I will be doing exactly that. I will be wasting components. Like, I could potentially break perfectly good RAM. Like I say, I wouldn't mind if it was like cheapo RAM that I have that I don't really care if it gets broken and whatnot. But SODIMM RAM is like, firstly, SODIMM RAM is expensive. Like if you've never had to buy laptop memory or anything like that, like SODIMM modules for a laptop, good. Because then you won't, like, you don't know the pain of how much they charge for just a smaller module. I do have some DDR3 3 kicking around, but it's in a computer. I might be able to find like a random old stick of RAM at work that is like genuinely not being used anymore and see if I can get away with that. The only thing that's upsetting me now is I don't have the cable to plug into this to see if it works, because it should. There's no reason why this shouldn't work. I could go and get one of the RAM sticks. I'd have to open up the little PC again though and get it and slide it on and see what it looks like. Should we do a final reveal another day though? You've got a 2 gig. Like, why? I mean, obviously from an old computer, but like, why? I hate how much wire there is sticking off this. I know it's not designed for this. That's so much wire. It's like sticking out the end. Fair enough. Like I say, like certain RAM, like I think DDR3 for no reason is like super valuable and super expensive at the moment. I like to buy it brand new anyway. One of the other things I actually want to do, and I want to try and figure out, I don't know how it works, but with these LEDs, these little LEDs, let me see if I can focus. Yeah, so with these LEDs, there, I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see the traces when I get the light to shine on them a little bit. There is traces underneath there, and I want to see if I can resolder these and get them to work again, because I should theoretically be able to. Because like I say, otherwise, for each RAM, like each RAM stick that I make, I have to basically buy the same kit that I just showed you guys with like the massive sticks like this, and then this is all just waste. It's just in the bin. So there has to be a way you can solder it, because on this end you can see those silver points, the little silver contact points at the end, and the same on that side. Those are solder points, but I don't know what for, because they're not for anything that I can see. Because the power should come from this end. So I honestly don't know. It feels like I should be able to do something with them, you know? But I don't know. It's just not what I'm envisioning. I also got an old piece that basically burnt through. Wait, that basically burnt through. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. That's really not good. And also, Jeremy, thank you for liking and retweeting the going live tweet for the YouTubes. I appreciate you. And for liking the stream as well. I'm pretty sure you've done that already as well. Almost positive you did that. But I always feel like with these they end up being way quicker than I feel like they're going to be, and I end up running out of stuff to do. It's like 16 okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I did indeed. Goodo. Goodo. Good sir. Right, let me get that off the camera because I'm not sure how that goes with TOS and stuff and things. But right, what should we do now? Because like I say, for the most part, I'm done with the plans for this stream to do the kind of things that I had done. Do you want to see a little something that I'm going to do at some point and test a few random M.2 things, which might end up being a video actually rather than a stream? I think I already showed you guys this one. This is a little M.2 heatsink. That doesn't specifically say it's for anything other than just a general M.2, but the only reason I could think of you would want this is because you're using like an M.2 like Gen 4, which run a little hot and they get a little toasty, and you might need something like this. But this came out when Gen 3 was still a thing, so I don't necessarily know why you would want that, but I want to try it because it came with a little thermal pad and everything. Look, it came with a little thermal pad, which is bigger than most. The only downside to this is it's only a certain size. You can buy them different sizes. But I was going to do a test to see if it actually makes a difference and get like IDA and stress test in M.2 and like really thrash it and see what it does. The only thing that freaks me out a little bit is I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to attach it with these, which doesn't really strike me as safe. Although wait, no, what is that? What do you do with it? Oh, I actually don't know what you're supposed to do with that, because it didn't come with any instructions. Does it go around? There is no way that's what you're supposed to do. Oh my god, it is, because it's stretchy. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure it's that, man. I'm pretty sure it's exactly that. Because they're not small enough to do cable management, so I think you are actually supposed to just slide it on the M.2 and put it over like that, one on each end. Top quality from AliExpress. It's a thing, it'll be fine. If at the end of the day, if I blow up an M.2, it wouldn't, I mean, it would be pretty bad, but it also wouldn't be the end of the world with the sort of drive that I plan to use, so it'd be fine. You're right, be okay. The other option for an M.2 random accessory that I found was this guy. Oh god, this, because RGB is life, apparently. You get, not only do you get a very thin metal case for it to go on. How much you pay again? Oh, what, for that that heatsink? Yeah, I think it was about £3, yeah. You get this rather spiffing heatsink, which is actually better built than that other one that I just showed you in terms of a heatsink, because that feels like decent solid metal. I'm pretty sure it is, because the only bit that's plastic is RGB is this. This is all metal. And you get a crap ton of thermal pads, and obviously you slide your M.2 in. Oh my god, go on it. And you scratch the crap out of your heatsink in the process. But there we go. Goes in. This covering is just a covering. That is all aluminium. Just bent aluminium, and there you go. It's not blue, it's not fancy, it's just aluminium. They don't pay that much. They don't pay to anodize it. Don't worry, it's not fancy aluminium, it's just aluminium. And you get some teeny tiny little screws, which I will definitely probably lose one of them on stream. But it actually comes with an ARGB connector, which is pretty cool. And it comes with like a splitter thing, so it doesn't take away from another option. So I might chuck this on as well, and we'll try it and see how RGB-y it is. The only thing is the motherboard that we're going to use to actually test these on and try it out and make sure it all works, everything okay. I don't think it has any ARGB headers. So I might have to find a control box or borrow one from work if they don't mind me grabbing one. Potentially. I'll take it back, obviously. I'll take it back, but I might borrow one just to see if I can use this monstrosity of a thing, because everyone loves RGB. But not everyone's brave enough to put it on their M.2 drive. Like I said, I honestly don't remember how much this thing was, but it was not expensive. Like, by any stretch of the imagination, it is not expensive. I think this was the most expensive thing out of the haul that I bought, because I got that, this. You can disappear. And I think the copper RAM covers, these two little guys, I got these all in the same shipping or shipment when I bought it from AliExpress. And this whole lot came to I don't know, like maybe £15? Maybe £15, something like that. I also do not know what is happening with one of my playback things. When I look over at one of them, it is like miles behind. For no reason. Anyway. You're not too fussed about RGB. How can you not be fussed about RGB and be a gamer? As everybody knows, all gamers like RGB. Everybody loves RGB, Jeremy. Everybody. One thing I will do as well is I will, once I've got at least one of these RAM modules of my own design built, I'm going to test it like head to head with those shop bought ones. See if it makes any difference, because this guy is quite a bit thicker and is aluminium. I know copper is a much better heat conductor, but I would like to think that the copper one, because it's thinner and a bit naffer, shouldn't be as good. I would like to think. Like I say, I do not know. So it might be a terrible decision to lay claim that I made a better heatsink than a company. But you never know. You never know. As long as it actually works at a good price. Yeah, true. I mean, like I say, it could be cheap for a reason. It could be genuinely a good product that not many people know about and are not buying because, well, because I guess they might not know of its existence. I certainly didn't until I looked at it. The only thing I would say is definitely don't buy a graphics card off Wish, especially not a 3090. The ones you can guarantee will be real is if you buy a 750 Ti, because that's basically all Wish and AliExpress and all of those places seem to sell. It's just a rebranded 750 Ti. If you're lucky. From everything I've seen, all of the people that look at that end up buying those for like YouTube content and stuff, it's always a 750 Ti. Because apparently there's just an abundance of them. Although I did see somebody that bought, I think there was a YouTuber out there that bought a PS5, I think, off, was that Wish or was that AliExpress? I don't remember. Either way, they bought one off, I think it was Wish. They bought one off Wish and they just got the box. Just nothing ever turned up. So like they just lost like 500, well, I think they ended up losing like $700. Yeah, it wasn't good. But hey, I mean, they're YouTubers. They can literally write that off as a business expense. Which, why wouldn't you? Yeah, they do. Yeah, like the thing with the boxes though, I know sometimes they do that for like bot purposes, because I know it then means that like if a bot tries to find it and it doesn't read the fact that it's a box, so they do it to try and stop scalpers, or they were doing it to stop scalpers. I don't know. What? Apparently my audio, the audio for my stream is 0. Sorry, I'm looking at the YouTube analytics for like the live stuff that I can do and change whilst I'm here on it. And it shows like, stream health. And one of the things it literally says is the audio stream rate is currently 0. We recommend that you stream at least 180 kilobytes a second. How can it be 0 bitrate and you can hear me? Because you shouldn't be able to if it's 0, right? They're just trying to get 3050. Oh god, yeah, of course it's 2 days time, isn't it? Ooh. I see. Do you think you're going to be lucky? I hope you do get one. I know of a lot of people that I know. You do need like, it sounds like I'm being bad. Like it sounds dumb, but I of all the people I know, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Of all the people I know, you need one of those cards more than a lot of other people I know, because a lot of other people I know have at least a 20 series card or a decent GPU, like a more modern GPU. So I hope you do get one. I hope you do get one. If you can get 2, and you don't mind lending me one, it'd be very appreciated. Of course, I'm not going to take a GPU off you, especially not a 30 series. It's like, that's currency at the moment. That's worth more than gold. 3000 series GPU. Oh my god. Some of the other stuff, like I think some of the other stuff I'm planning on doing for around here though, are just like jumping around topics. Like, I know I keep talking about things and changing. Also, maybe you're very good at lip reading. You might be. This is true. You might very well be. I just don't realize that. You can't run some current games anymore. I know you said you're not supposed to be able to run Halo, right? I know you said you had troubles with it. What was I going to say? Yeah, no, like in terms of the current plans, like you're going to see a cable, hopefully by next stream, along the back there, because I've got a network cable that I'm going to run around and finally get my network switch up and running in here. So I've got this PC and the little one over there all running on the network and getting that all ready. And there's power already going over there. So you never know, the next Tech Tuesday might actually be not from this desk. It might actually be from over there. Who knows? Who knows? If you were to get 2, you'd be rich. Hell yeah, dude. But I know, like I say, like buying 1 is hard enough, let alone buying 2, right? Alright, I'm just unplugging the webcam so it's done and it's not just on chilling off to the side. I'm just glad I know it works. My jank solder job. Wait, it's not on camera. There it is. It's got a massive random lump in the camera cable, but it works. So we've accomplished at least one thing today. The only other thing I could like, I don't want to end as early as we have done this time for the Tech Tuesday stream, because I know. This is one of the things I was slightly afraid of, that I would be finishing these tech sessions early and then not knowing what to do for the rest of the stream. But I am thinking about like just playing some games for a little bit. Would you guys be down for that if we just like changed pace and did a bit of gaming? Just cause? I mean, or we could jump over to Twitch and go live over on Twitch again and do a little bit of gaming over there for a bit and keep this as solely for tech. It depends. The only other option we could do is we could start doing some of the planning. I could show you some of the size stuff for Nemo Mark II. The only thing I'm dubious about doing with that is I don't want to start planning too much because I don't have the CPU block chosen yet. Well, I know I have one chosen, but I don't have it that I can use, if that makes sense, to measure and get all things right and wonderful. So I know it's going to be a thing. What was I going to look at? I can show you what I'm going to get though. Where am I typing? Oops. In fact, let's do that. Let me show you. I can show you some stuff. Let's do it. Boop. Yes, there we go. Halo runs fine. It gives a warning. Assassin's Creed runs on a low. Oh, okay, and crashes. Oh god. Uh-oh. That's not good. Is when it lags? Is it like bad lag? Is it really, really bad? Oh. Oh god. Yeah, no, that's not a particularly like new title, is it? I say not particularly new. It's 2 years old, but that's not like old. Oh god, could you imagine if I could afford one of those? How nice would that be? It's so nice. But it's like, it's so much money. That's well out of my budget. Even this is out of my budget. Wait, let me just get the brand. Can I search by brand? Yeah, there we go. I want Barrow. And I am planning on getting this guy. Because it's an AMD system. So we're going to get one of these. And part of the reason why I want to get one is because not only do they give like full schematics and stuff on the sizings of the website, it shows you everything. The only thing it doesn't show is where the damn pipe, like how far away these damn pipes are away from the edges and stuff. But it's good enough so I can get a rough idea. And I might be able to build it in and model everything, because basically the reason why I need to know all this is so I can get the runs perfect, because they're in Nemo Mark II. It's not like I'm going a massive step up from Nemo Mark 1. Like this is like going whole hog like that. That has a custom loop in it. The only thing that's custom to do with the water loop really is the pump block. But for this, I'm doing a full hardline loop. That's soft tubing. I'm also making a custom distro block, like distribution block that like moves all the water around without piping, which is going to also have the pump housed in it, and have all the radiators and everything all linked up to it. But it's also going to be the front of the case. So there's no pressure for this to work. But it really needs to work. Like really needs to work. Basically freezes every once in a while. It's bad during... Oh yeah, I can imagine during a boss fight, especially because when it freezes up, is it the whole game that freezes, or just your frame rate that freezes? Because if it's the whole game, I imagine it's not too bad. But if it's just the frame rate that you're seeing freezes, you could just be getting absolutely destroyed by a boss and you wouldn't even know. And that would suck. Although I'll tell you what, should we... I'm inclined to keep going for this for a little bit. I kind of want to make this. Shall we, like, shall I attempt to make this block as a thing in CAD? I say attempt, I probably could make it. If you remember right, it's the whole game. Okay. I mean, like I say that, I mean, as bad as that is, it's not... I guess it's not the end of the world. like I say, if it was just the video feed, like for like frame like buffer that froze, that would be That would be really bad. That would be really bad. You don't want that. Before I do this, one thing I want to get you guys' thoughts on. What do you think of this as a CPU block? I don't want to go for that one. Although that could look kind of cool. I don't like the icicle one. I think the icicle one is a bit meh for what I'm after. That's a bit like, I don't know, because this is RGB and I know it shines RGB. I'm a bit put off by it, even though I'm having RGB RAM in this thing. Yeah, it kind of puts me off at how like bright and bling blingy it is. This though, that could be quite nice. I know it's still a massive RGB hub thing, but that could be alright. That could look kind of cool. If we're going for very much like an acrylic theme, like a plastic look to it. Don't you want to go full RGB? Kinda, but kinda not at the same time. Oh, the other thing that's making me feel like I just kind of want to go for this one, which is the original one I decided upon, is because I could immediately get one of these from work. I could buy one from work, whereas this I would have to order and get it delivered, especially. But that one is a lot more money. I guess this is different. So does this? I don't know. There's nothing different about it, right? AM3, AM4, microjet block, C2. There's nothing different about it. It's just a different color thing on it. The only reason that's making me I like this a little bit more, perhaps anyway, in general, is just because if I'm going to have lots of clear acrylic and that kind of stuff on the build, this will work and just kind of fit in a bit more. Generally with the theme, you know. And if I just make it all like white, like color wise, it's fine, right? I'm also very aware that I'm going to have a lot of RGB running on this, on a motherboard that has no RGB header. So I'm going to have to get something, like some kind of RGB control box, and fit it into the build somewhere. Which is going to be a big... Oh, God. Most RGB things are really bulky. Oh, man. Yeah, most of them are really chunky. You don't think of functionality overlooks? Yeah, I mean, this thing isn't going to... This won't function any differently to the one I was looking at before. Let's... You know what, though? Let's have a look and see what there is available in terms of RGB. Ooh, GB... controller, wait. Can I do... Small ARGB controller. I mean, something like that would work. But then I'd have to like chain off everything and it would be a bit messy because it would go all over the place. If the Cooler Master one was not using like weird plugs on it, that would be fine. But because they've decided to put this type of connection on it, that's not going to work. Because I need 3-pin. That's not ARGB though. Because that's 5 pins. That's ARGB. The 3-pin one. What the hell's the rest of it then? Oh, that could work. Does it still need to be plugged into something though? Or can it just run off like Molex? Antex, what do you do? I love that this thing is a thing from Overclockers. It's like, hey, are you a real person? It's like, yes, god damn it, just let me go on your website. I don't like that. No. I don't want to have to dig around the depths of like AliExpress again because they take forever to get here. It's the only downside to them. I mean, that might work. Although that is supposed to be a fan controller first and foremost. Because that's got 4 fan headers, 4 RGB. Although... That could still work. Because I could bung this in as the main controller that I use for everything, and then it's fans as well, because I'd have to daisy chain the fans like a beast though, because those guys I'm gonna end up having 6 fans, I think. At one point I was looking at having 12, and then I realized that was a bad idea. I mean, for RGB headers, you can still daisy chain these and get like more off it. There is a limit to what each header can take. I can't remember what that is, but it's quite a lot. It's going to be more than what I would have on each one anyway, because I could run it so like the RAM is like, both of these RAM sticks are like chained off to one of them. I could have the GPU block doesn't have an RGB strip in it, so that's fine. The CPU block will, so that's one, and then the pump header, the pump like distro block will have one on it. So I might actually only need 4 anyway. Ah, there you go. Might only need the 4. But anyway, I can daisy chain them. It's not having RGB fans. That's the only thing. I draw the line at RGB fans on this because I don't want them. 12 fans, you thought it was going to be mini? It is. It is going to be mini. I say 12 fans. Like, I think you're like, everyone has the expectation, and rightly so, of fans being at least 120 mil, like big chonker fans, right? Like more like this. Yes, I happen to have a fan at hand. Leave me alone. That's your standard 120 mil fan. Bear in mind, the radiator that my fans are going on are not 120 mil fan radiators. They're only 50 mil. No, they're 50 or are they 60? They're 60 mil radiators, I believe. So yes, it might be 12 fans, but it will only be small fans. Like some of... Not that I've been looking at this before. Noctua do small fans, but they're way too big. It's these guys. These little fans that I'm probably going to end up using because they genuinely are really quiet. And that they are good fans. They're good fans, and they're like half the price of a Noctua fan of the same size. They're not quite as quiet, but they're still flipping quiet for what they are. Still 12 fans is a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, like I say, I don't think I will end up doing it, because the only reason I thought about doing 12 was if I definitely had space for 12. And I'm almost positive that I don't have space for 12 fans. By the way, like how much I was looking at the space in things around everything. It's just, yeah, that there's just not enough space, like physically in the build. Let me show you. Only reason I'm going to this is because I don't want you guys to see my name. Because it shows it at the top of the screen when I open Fusion. It's kind of dumb. Bad design in my mind, but there you go. I guess usually it doesn't matter because you wouldn't be doing this. So this is like something I chucked together the other day just to show you. Like I said, those of you here are getting a sneak peek of the kind of sizing of everything. So that motherboard is the tiny motherboard that you saw the other day in the little mini PC build. That's what was going to be the basis of this. So like realistically, the only space for fans is in the middle in here. Or I choose to have them on the outside, which I don't really want to do. So I think I ended up coming to the conclusion they have to be here, or I do this and turn them like so, so that this is then more of this kind of configuration. Obviously not choke them out entirely, but like something a little like this. So those are the only real two radiator options I have right now. And the only reason I'm not liking this is because the fans would be on the back and pushing essentially into a tiny little area, and the air could get all turbulent and go all messy and horrible. But it also makes these tubing runs much harder to do. Which I'm not really prepared to do if I don't have to be honest with you. Because I could have one going into one, like straight across like that, that's fine. But then the front of this bit here, this whole area, is where the front of the PC is going to be, with the distro plate and everything all across it. Which again, if I'm saying distro plate and you're not sure what I mean by that, say, because I can show you. But that's going to have like the distro plate, and having this very small, very tight angle to go straight into a distro plate is going to be very difficult. Whereas if it was how it was, like that, I have a bit more play, because this can just go straight across like tube to tube in there. And this can come out into, say, the CPU. Or come out into the distro block over here. And then this can come out in a weird double 90 and come back into it. And it's a bit more flexible and a bit easier. But I'm not sure yet. Although I'm pretty sure I did play around with this. And this space looks deceptively big. It's not. I guarantee you it's not as big as you might think it is. Like, let's look at the biggest gap, like from there to there. That's 6.5 centimeters. 6.5 centimeters. Which I don't have a tape measure. Damn it. I was going to show you what 6.5 centimeters is. No, I can show you on my handy dandy calipers. So barely enough for 60 mil fans. Yeah, exactly. So 6.5 centimeters is that. Space wise, it's not even the size of the palm of my hand. In terms of space, like, it's a glasses lens. So it's snug, like really snug. And like I said, the reason I thought about, like, some of the things I thought about doing, I originally wanted the fans to be on the front here. But I don't think it's not gonna be possible, because I wanted to be able to see the fans, because I thought it would look really cool if you could see them. But I don't think that's gonna be possible, because there's no way this can come any closer than it already is. Because like, if it moves, say, enough for the fans to fit, like 30 mil, then these are way too close. That's never going to be realistic to get a fitting in there, let alone a tube. And then they're off center and it looks weird, and just I just wouldn't like it very much. So I think that is my only real option for radiator configurations in this thing. The tricky part is, like I say, I've got to figure out where to fit everything else, because the GPU fits here kind of, but there's problems with the GPU as it is. To have it how I want it to be orientated with the block and everything on it, it has to be up here instead. So it kind of has to be like upside down, which I don't know how thrilled I am about that. So you can actually see the block and everything on it. So it'd have to be like the top almost. So it'd probably end up being that this is more like down here with the GPU up top there, with tubes going straight into that and then out into the CPU, or doing whatever I choose to do basically, because this is why I need to know the sizes and positions of everything and build it all, so I can plan the route of all of it. It's quite a complicated thing. This is everything I had to do for Nemo 1.0 and why Nemo took so long to make. It's just, these things take a lot of work. Like these mods and everything that I do, like these, I mean, not even mods, this is like a custom build. Doing these custom things, they take a very long time. They take a very long time. Like you said about the size of those fans, I'm pretty sure they're 15 mil thick, so they're 1.5 centimeters thick. Which isn't massive, but it's also big when you're considering the only space you have is 6.5. You'll probably not be patient enough. See, this is where I'm aware that I'm a very patient being with a lot of this. And like I say, I was doing all of this before off stream and doing it just extra time, like late into the night and stuff, which is why I wanted to do it now and show you guys the process of doing it all, because it's quite the undertaking. It really is quite the undertaking. But it's a hard thing, you know, to try and do it all. What was I gonna do? I'm still in two minds whether or not to jump over and do some gaming for a little bit. What do we think? It could still be... It could still technically be techie if we did some PC building sim. Maybe. I don't know. What do we think? What do we think? But it's then, where do I choose to do it? Do I jump over to Twitch for like an hour and a half and play some games? Or do I stay here and do it? That's the thing. That's the dilemma. No worries, dude. No worries. You're all good. You're all good. I might just stay here and finish, because I know we've been finishing a little earlier, which I don't necessarily mind over on this side of things. We've been finishing at about 11 o'clock, which I quite like. Then it's not dragging it out, but it's also then not like too short, you know. It's not too short. I'm also going to close that file down because I'm aware I've been playing with it and I don't want to ruin it. Is this with the new path thing? Yeah, it is. That might be why I'm having so much trouble getting this to fit. Oh my god, I didn't allow any tolerance for it to fit around the edge. Just to show you guys, look, this is why, like, I think I'm having trouble with this, like, because I allowed a bit, like a little bit of space in there for those little nubbiny bits for it to go in, right? But I didn't around this edge, like, at all. Shush. Well, I mean, I can file it down. It's just gonna be a pain on this one anyway. The second one, I'm gonna change it a little bit. In fact, let's do that right now. Which one do I do it on though? Let's do it on this. Professional as always. Look, cut me some slack, all right? I designed this whole thing from scratch. Albeit it might be very heavily influenced in design by a company that shall not be named that happens to have some RAM that goes under the name of Vengeance. It's inspired by, alright? It's inspired, therefore it's acceptable. Can I even do this? I'm not sure what the best way of doing this is going to be. If I do that, there's just going to be like loads of like random little chunks everywhere. And if I pull the face in, it does weird things. It doesn't like it. Like, see how much that broke and freaked out? It's fine going that way for some reason. It's always like this. Like Fusion doesn't like doing certain things. It's very strange. So if I did all of those at once, it's probably going to have a hissy fit. Okay, I take that back. It's being fine with it. Fusion, how dare you prove me wrong? God damn it. It never cooperates like this. I've never seen Fusion behave so well. How dare it? I mean, true. That's a good point. But still, it doesn't make me feel better about all the times where it's just horrible to me when I can't show that it's doing anything but being horrible. There we go. That's better. There's a tolerance there now. It's not like right up against it. It's not forced to sit right on it. I know that doesn't look like much. I mean, it's not technically. It's 0.1 of a mil, but it's enough for it to then not do that, where I have to like forcibly ram it on. It does, however, mean that this is all going to need recalculating, which I'm not too happy about. Which, if you guys have never seen this process, this is how I work out all CNC stuff. This actually needs to come down to 150. Because I realized that it was going far too quickly. Like far too quickly when I was doing the passes for it. That is the right one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a point. No. it calculates and it figures out what it's got to do, and it does all the cut and stuff and figures things out. It makes it look all cool. So all those lines are basically it cutting and machining and doing what it's supposed to do. This is very sped up, I want to point out, like very sped up. You can speed it up even more. But the only way, like the reason why I discovered that this was far too quick was when I was cutting this earlier today. It was making the router squeal very loudly at work when it was trying to cut it, because it was trying to just go far too quick. Same for that. Actually, that can be. Actually, this isn't cutting as much material. I'm going to leave that as 200. That's fine. That should give me a nice smooth top finish. And then the bottom one. This one was good. This one behaved. I think we can go a bit faster on this. I'm going to put it to 110. It's not faster by much, but it's faster by enough. You know? So overall, like this, just to cut, right? Just to show, like, give you an idea of how long this took to make, right? That one cover, Oop, top down keyboard view. Display. This one little piece of aluminium, right? To machine that, to make it so it was angled and tapered like that, like we wanted, and get those little fins and everything cut in it. It didn't take quite as long as this, because I had the pathing going much quicker, but it will take, to cut, it's going to take a grand total of an hour, nearly 2 hours to cut. Nearly 2 hours. And that's because of the size of the tool that's going in it. It's so small that it needs to be that, like that, so that it will do its job properly and get in these little kind of kinks and crevices and cut properly in around there. I'm going to save all this and do it tomorrow. Once I've done some other machining I need to do tomorrow. There is some stuff I actually need to do for work that's not my own personal stuff. So I should probably do that first as a priority. I'll be a good boy. But yeah. Like I say, I'm justifying this as work time partially because I'm able to use it as a test to see how well we can machine aluminium at work. Like I say, this was purely a sample, like a test piece, and how well it came out. Like the edges came out very well. Like that angle and everything on that looks really neat and tidy and clean. It's just this that I messed up, because you can't feel it. Like obviously you can see it, but it doesn't give you an idea. Like there's a tiny little ridge on each of those little bits that go along it, which you can kind of hear it. Wait, I don't know if I talk, you can hear like my nail going along it. Like that's it catching on those little ridges. They're not big, but they're big enough. And that's because I kind of did the pathing quickly and rushed it a bit to try and get something done, which you shouldn't do with CNCing because you end up in this situation. I was an idiot. So don't do that. But it's a thing, and like I say, like I'm gonna use all these pieces that I've made and designed as part of a whole set of random RGB accessories for small form factor stuff. I might do that as a stream. I might see if I can find some more really cheap small RGB accessories for PCs and just make a whole stream out of testing random little things that I can find and buy. Or I might do that again. Would that be better as a video or a stream? I feel like that might be a better video. Might do that. Might do as a video. Play around with it one evening. Build a PC made of random mini parts. I could do that. I could do that. We could indeed do that. I don't know how easy that would be to do. We could. Because I think something like that, if I was to build an entire PC, I would have to do it in some way, shape or form where it's like it's obviously affordable because I'm going to have to pay for it. Or do it in such a way where I use stuff I already have, but that could be difficult. I did think about it, and I did cost it up back along of how much it would cost to do an all AliExpress PC build, and you would be surprised. You can actually get a shockingly large amount of stuff on AliExpress for reasonable amount of money, but it's still expensive. If I go on AliExpress, oh god, yeah, there's gonna be a minefield of random stuff on here, isn't there? Like you can go on here, ITX motherboard with CPU. Oh my god. This is where I start to get like a little kind of sadly excited by looking at stuff like this, because I find all kinds of random things. Like how can these have, these can't have CPUs in them. There's no way. They can't do, right? Because they're like super cheap. Oh my god, that has an i3 in it. Hell yeah, and look at that. Oh, look at that, baby. Look at that. Oh, you guys can't see. Wait, there we go. Look at that. Got a VGA out. That's how you know it's brand new. Silent Fan Edition. Wait, it's an ITX with what? With 2 PCI slots on it. Living the dream. It's DDR3. That's a bit of a beast. This thing, however, fascinates me because that's a hole in the motherboard. So that's clearly where the fan's supposed to mount to cool the chip. And again, it's SODIMM memory. It's got a good amount of I/O on it though. What the heck? That has more USB ports than a lot of like ATX motherboards, like big boy motherboards. Ooh, what are you? Oh, it's an Athlon. Another DDR3 board though. Ew, and the 4-pin power supply is there. Ew. Ew, what is this thing? It doesn't even have a full, oh my god, it doesn't even have a full 16x slot for a graphics card. What monster is this? What are you? But hey, it comes with an Athlon. So we've got to be grateful. That, however, that intrigues me. Wait, it's a CNC motherboard? How? It says industrial controls CNC or CNC mini motherboard. Huh? I don't understand. What is it? Damn it, Jeremy, look what you've made me do. We're going down the strange rabbit hole of AliExpress. I'm not upset, by the way, by any stretch of the imagination. I do this in my spare time. At least this is a good excuse to do it on stream. What is some of this stuff? That's an Alienware motherboard? In what? It's another DDR3 though. This has to be just like a load of old bankrupt stock, or like, I don't know, just stuff that, it has to be stuff that's just being thrown away, right? Otherwise, it's like, what? This is old enough to have a gross green PCB on it still. And still use DDR3. It doesn't even have an M.2 slot on it, where it has a mini PCIe slot. But that's not M.2. That is different. Mini PCIe is a pain in the butt. Nothing uses it now. When I say nothing, I mean nothing uses it now. Actually, that's a lie. Some things use it, but barely anything uses it now. One thing I did think about doing, actually, that I thought could have been a very interesting stream, is I thought about building a mobile phone. You can buy all the components for a mobile phone, like all the replacement bits, and just make a phone. I just thought about doing that and then just giving it away. S10 Plus. Let's look at like compute board. Yeah, here you go. So like speakers, loudspeaker for Samsung, all the mainboard connectors, like the SIM trays. There you go. So that's the main board. Original testing in good working order. 10 plus. I don't know any of the differences between any of what this is, but it's all available. You can buy it all on AliExpress. I could just buy essentially an entire phone and just make a phone on stream. I don't know if that would be something you guys would be down for. It sounds like a crazy dumb project to me, but it sounds like it could be a fun one. And how are they so different? Because I mean, technically, it is like, it's a mini PC, right? Technically. There's a wireless charging module as well. Oh my god. How many bits would I need to buy? That is like the bare minimum, isn't it? That's where everything would go. With side keys. I reckon we could do it. I genuinely think it's possible. And I don't know how expensive it would be. But it is a future possibility. In fact, I'm going to make a note on my little board of ideas that you guys aren't allowed to see. Build a smartphone. I could build it. Oh, I could do an iPhone because I don't own an iPhone. Ooh. That could work. Sorry guys, I'm definitely not like saying writing this down now. Right. There we go. Board of ideas written down, done, noted. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. In fact, should I put a Twitter poll out about it now? Because we could put it as a donation goal, and then it wouldn't be quite so ridiculous. In terms of cost, anyway. Like I say, cost is the difficult part. I've also I just suddenly thought that this is not tech related, but obviously Pokemon comes out in like less than well, how many days now? 3 days? Friday, so 1, 2, yeah, 3 days. Oh my god, 3 days from now. Jeremy, you excited? Are you excited? I don't know what that voice was, but we're gonna go with it and just say it's a thing. It happened. Can't take it back. No take backs. I was in the middle of searching for something and I've forgotten what it was. What were we talking about before I started talking about Pokemon? Oh, no, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put, yes, I was going to, oh my God, right. Can my brain not be like totally scrambled for like 5 seconds and then it would be great, because then I can do things like remember what I wanted to do, like put a tweet out to talk about whether or not building a phone on stream would be a fun idea. I don't know how to phrase it. I'll think about it. I'll leave Twitter open to remind me. I'll leave it open as a reminder, and then go from there and see how we do. See what happens. What was I saying? God, I'm not tired. I don't know what's going on with my brain today. I don't know what's happening. It just all of a sudden now I know it's like 1:45. Because I'm not playing games or anything, it's just my brain has just all of a sudden gone into like a meltdown. I just can't think of anything. I can't think of what I'm supposed to be saying, what I wanted to say or do. It's just gone to poop. Wait, I can end the wait, what? I'm looking at more behind the scenes stuff to see what's capable of being done. And I'm curious just because it's like, want to know what more I can do in the back end of this lot. Is it still? Oh, it still says my stream health is fine. Good. I swear, like you're a lot more tired in the evenings at the moment, aren't you, man? I hope everything's all right. Are you just feeling a bit more lethargic, or is it like for just busier in the day? Sorry, I know I'm looking weird. I got a cut on my arm. I don't really know how I got there. I just caught it on something and it was a bit tingly. Yeah, like I noticed you are more tired in the evenings. I hope everything is all right, or is work picking up a bit more? There's a lot more to do. Lots of important stuff to see and places to be and do and stuffs. No clue. Fair enough. Fair enough. The body is a strange and wonderful thing. Sometimes it is difficult. It's difficult to know what the body wants, you know? But hopefully whatever it is you can find the root of it and sort it. Getting old. Hey. Enough of that. You ain't old. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You're younger than I am, god damn it. When you get to my age, then you can say you're old. I'll wave this at you. Angrily. Like it means anything. Oh, that's a cute book. Sorry, I'm looking at Twitter now. I'm being naughty. Man, I just feel getting old again, and it made me slightly mad and slightly jealous. The combination of emotions that I don't know how I feel about. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more like I say, I don't want to finish early, but like I said, at the same time, I know I've finished the plan for today. And what we could do is we could go hang out with some people on Twitch for a little bit whilst I plan some other stuff. Not stream, but just go say hey, because I miss peeps over there. Feels odd. Also the you know the watermark, like how big is that on the stream for you? When you look at it, is it quite big? Oh, it's not bad. My little bear in the corner. I once said that everyone is older than me. Wait, that is older than me is old technically. Yeah, true. Yeah. I guess it is a matter of perspective, I suppose. Like how when like you say older, it's like when something is big, sometimes it can be a matter of perspective. Like it sounds dumb, but like I didn't really sometimes take for granted like how I see the world, being a 6'2" tall being that I am. And then like there's been a couple of times where people have been like, just come down, like it sounds dumb saying come down to my height, but like to kind of make myself shorter a little bit, it's like kneeling on the floor and whatnot, so like a height of like a child almost, or that kind of thing, like further down than I would normally be, and everything looks massive. Like the world just looks more intimidating and like big, and like I forget that like a lot of things look quite small for me comparatively. I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad, and everyone's like, yeah, no, it's not. Like, what are you on about? Like, come down here. Like height, age, skill, not really that much of a perspective based thing, although sometimes it is, because you can be more skilled than somebody and they're still not particularly skilled. Okay. I don't know, we're getting to some deep philosophical stuff, and I can't even say the word philosophical without having to really try, so I don't think now is the time for said topic of conversation. Yeah, I think that's a cue. I think yeah, I think that's where we should finish. I was about to say topic of conversation. I think my brain noodle is broke for the night. I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh boy. But yeah, I think, like I say, we'll finish it there. Given that it's like it's 8 minutes to midnight, I think that's fine, right? We're gonna finish early. Yeah, true. I know it is, but you know what? I just get a bit hung up on these things for no reason. I don't know why. I just like finishing to a schedule. Sounds dumb. Tech streams are more of a strain on the brain, evidently. Apparently so. Like, I mean, I didn't even do that much techie stuff. I soldered a cable and talked for a bit about making the sodium RAM and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't that bad, but apparently that's enough to cook my brain. It is indeed. Well, technically 7 minutes to 11 now because it just ticked over. But yes, it is almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, okay, like I said, we'll finish up. We'll finish now. We'll be right. But what I will say though, guys, is that because it's YouTube, I feel like I need to do it. It has to be the thing. If you are lurking in the chat and you enjoyed it this evening, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel. It's perfectly free, helps me out. Same with just hitting that little like button. I know, Jeremy, you've already done that. You're a wonderful being. Again, it helps just kind of raise awareness of the stream if you did enjoy it. And helps hopefully try and push the algorithm to be in my favor a wee bit more. I know we're very small at the moment channel wise, but hopefully it can grow and become a thing. And like I say, once I get comfortable in the space and be able to do videos and stuff and such over there, because I feel like that I know it sounds dumb, not having that space fully done is kind of holding me back mentally, because that to me is where I want to record, not here. So once I have a recording space, I will feel comfortable in doing it. And I will be able to do videos and things and do some fun stuff hopefully over there, and we can do tech streams and have that as our tech area and this is the gaming zone. Your brain's also not here, it seems. Neither's mine. My brain's long gone. Yeah, like I say, and also going back to finishing up stuffs, if you're watching this in the future, hello there, thank you for watching, appreciate your face. Again, same stands. If you haven't hit subscribe, it would help out massively if you do so. And the same with cheeky little like down below. Means a lot, means the world. Like I say, small but mighty. Hopefully we'll grow into something wonderful with this community. Bringing the gaming peeps in and doing the fun stuff with tech and all that kind of fun jazz. Should be a laugh. Appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. And I'll see you again. If I don't see you over on Twitch, obviously twitch.tv/BanjoBenji. Not the same as this, although similar. But if I see you over there, it'd be awesome to see you for some gaming content. Like I say, this week is going to be a lot more Pokemon. And depending on how the streams go next week, I might actually miss a Tech Tuesday. Apologies. But if Pokemon is really, really gripping me, I will probably end up doing a lot more Pokemon than I care to admit. So we'll probably be doing a fair bit of that. Other than that, hopefully I'll see you all very soon. Either way, whatever platform you might be on. And enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your week. Stay safe, stay wonderful, and just generally be you, because you can only be the best you that you can be, and that is all you can offer the world, and that should be good enough. You guys are all awesome. That didn't make a lot of sense, but I stand by it. Either way, take care, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you. Take care. Bye bye.